You hear that question kind of asked a lot, and you instinctively think, oh, the great benefits, but it was a little bit more than that. It was the new experiences, the education, the opportunity to kind of like grow as a person. So, but I mean, the benefits was just a cherry on top of everything. What's funny is I came from the banking world. I used to be a manager at a bank, and so people, when I get that question, they're like, well, how did you go from banking to being an electrician? And like I said, I woke up one day and thought, this is going to be something new and exciting. So I'm like, I have to do it. But what kind of like really drew me even more is the whole education aspect of it. So a lot of people, you think a blue collar worker, you think electrician, sometimes people don't think the best of that career choice. But when you start saying these guys are doctors, these guys have so many degrees, and the union is encouraging that, then it's kind of like, whoa, people step back and they're like, you're able to get your associate's degree, while you're doing on-the-job training. How cool is that? I say what I'm doing right now, because I'm actually working on trains. So everything, people ride the trains every day, and there's a lot of electrical components that are in there. Thousands of these little tiny electrical components, and just one of these things can cause the whole train not to work. So it's been transitioned from bending wire and pipe and doing that troubleshooting aspect of it, to coming over to the trains and working just solely with DC power and a little bit of AC power, but having that, it's a complete shift. So to actually work on the electrical of the trains. That's probably been definitely the most memorable. And now that we have those new 7000s that are out, just kind of getting trained on those and learning the insides of those trains, that's going to be exciting, something exciting to do. There was a couple other women in the class, but I was the only Hispanic woman, and a little intimidating at first, but to be honest, the guys that I have in that class, the guys that I met, are some of my best friends to this day. It's Organized Hispanics Making Strides, and basically it's kind of just a little social group where we have anyone who wants to come and ask questions, and sometimes you go on the job and you're a little scared to ask a question, and this is the place where people kind of come to ask the questions. But I'm actually the president of it, so it's funny that you said I started off in this classroom being the only Hispanic woman, and these guys, some of them Hispanic, just a diverse group of people that was in the classroom, just kind of, I became really great friends with them, and they just kind of believed so much in me that I'm actually the president of this majority male-dominated Hispanic club. So it's a privilege. I'm completely honored. Yes. So there's those. With anyone, you're the new person. Not only are you the new person on the job, but now you're a minority. And then for myself, now I'm also a woman. So just sometimes like overcoming those stereotypes and working harder to gain their respect. But the really cool thing is something I learned very early on is your reputation in the local is everything. So I had one of my journeymen tell me, like, do you want to be known as the guy or the girl who works hard and knows their stuff, or do you want to be known as someone other than that? So, from that moment on, I told myself, I'm going to be the one that works hard, and I'm going to be the one that knows what I'm talking about, and it's followed me everywhere I've gone. People see me and they're like, she knows her stuff. It's really important. Just anytime you see any kind of diversity anywhere, it makes those goals a little bit more attainable. You see a woman or you see a minority, and you're just like, wow, that's really. I get it all the time. Like, wow, a woman electrician, a Hispanic woman electrician. That's amazing. So it's kind of setting an example for the rest of the people who are here now, as well as the people who are thinking about joining the industry later on. I would tell anyone who asks about it to join it, to experience it for yourself. Not only are you able to kind of build these great, amazing relationships and have a wonderful experience at the education, but also it's hard work. And I'm not gonna lie, some days it's really hard work, but it's also very rewarding. It's rewarding to kind of see something you built from the ground up, for example, or to something that wasn't working and you got completely up and running and it's back to 100%. So I would say there's good and bad, but just like with any industry, there's the good and the bad. So you have to take the good and the bad, learn from it, grow from it, and become a better person because of it. But I would totally recommend doing it.